Another beautiful Friday night for some high school football on the Jersey Shore. I'm Rich Krampanis. Thanks so much for logging on to shoresportszone.com to check out all of our Week 3 action from high school football up and down Monmouth and Ocean County. As always, we want to jump right into the highlights, and tonight's highlights begin right here in Rumson, where the RFH Bulldogs made an impressive statement against the Monmouth Regional Falcons. Charlie Volker had 3 touchdown runs in the first half. It was 28-6 RFH at the half, and Volker was at it again in the third quarter. This, his 4th touchdown, the prettiest of them all, a 40-yard gallop. Nice cutback there by Charlie Volker. It's 35-6 Rumson-Fair. But Monmouth Regional, a dangerous team. Check out Jimmy Green, 4th and inches. He gets the first down and a whole bunch more, a 55-yard gain. This drive will continue at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Green to Isaiah Seawright. Look at this great grab. Touchdown Falcons. It is a 35-14 game. It covered 9 yards. Then Green looking for Seawright again. This one a 12-yard pass play. Monmouth Regional making a game of it. It's 35-20. But then something crazy happens. The night the lights went out in Rumson, a complete blackout. The fans, thank goodness for cell phones. They were the only lights in the whole joint. And the student section certainly enjoying the moment. So how do you pass the time of a 20-minute blackout delay? Cue up the Neil Diamond. The lights would come back on, and Rumson-Fair able to grind out the clock. Mike O'Connor, the great sophomore quarterback here, gets the first down, and Rumson-Fair goes on to the 35-20 win over Monmouth Regional. Charlie Volker with 4 touchdown runs. You saw his only touchdown of the second half, that 40-yard TD run. Now, Volker's certainly not playing at 100%. He is a tough customer. He sprained his ankle a little bit last week against Matawan. He was banged up, went right to the training room as soon as this game was over. A short week for Rumson-Fair. They'll play St. John Vianney on Thursday night. We'll have highlights of the Lancers coming up in just a little bit here on Shore Sports Zone. After the game, we talked to Brian Batchelor about his team getting to 2-0 on the season.
You know, we got up 4 scores, and they came back and, put 2 back on us. Listen, give them credit. Their kids kept fighting. Their quarterback's very good. They got a couple really good receivers. They're a good football team.
Well, the bottom line is you were able to, have enough of a cushion that you were able to withstand their run, and you're now 2-0 with a big game against St. John Vianney on the rise.
Absolutely, yeah. Listen, I said to the team before, I've told you guys, every team in our schedule is capable of beating us. We don't take anybody lightly. We're a good football team. We got a long way to go.
We head now to Red Bank. Jamie Gordonier, the leader of the Red Bank Catholic defense. He gets Shamrocks for all those good plays. A whole lot more going to be filling up his helmet in his senior year. RBC taking on Neptune. First quarter, Eddie Hahn punting. And this is Zare Alston losing the handle. Doug Zockalk falls on the loose football, and RBC is in business. But the Neptune defense would respond with a turnover of their own. Now, Alston was probably beating himself up for losing the handle in that punt return. Well, he gets the ball right back. Check out Alston with the great INT right there. Then it's time for RBC to get on the board for the first time. 4th down, it's Eddie Hahn to Trevor Cowley, 27-yard touchdown, 7-0 Casey's in front. Nick Lubischer had himself a big game on special teams. Here, the great punt return that covers 47 yards. But the Neptune defense would buckle down. RBC has to settle for a Vince Gallo 23-yard field goal. It's 10-0 Casey's in the second quarter. And Neptune would threaten on more than one occasion before the half was over. Ralph McLean avoiding the rush. Here's a great throw to Zare Alston. Alston takes it all the way down to the 27-yard line, but here comes that RBC defense again. Isaiah Calhoun loses the handle. Doug Zockalk, his second fumble recovery of the first half. It stays 10-0. And Neptune has one more chance to get on the board in the first half. McLean to Isaiah Calhoun. Check out number 9 right here. He's going to save a touchdown.
Big play there by Eddie Hahn gives the defense a chance, and it's time now with 6 seconds to go. The field goal is blocked. Wow. And we're going to slow this down. We got to give credit to the key part of this. Mike DeMonte, the great DB, full extension. I'll tell you, when coaches teach special teams, that's exactly how you want to do it. Nowhere near roughing the kicker. Perfect form by Mike DeMonte. Blocked field goal to end the half. RBC pulls away in the second half. They go on to a 37-0 win over Neptune, make it 36 straight Shore Conference wins for the Caseys, who are now 4-0 on the season. Trevor Cowley had 2 TD catches. Eddie Hahn threw for 3. You saw one of 2 Cowley's TD grabs in the highlights. And the one thing that really pops out about Red Bank Catholic, their special teams play is stellar. Nick Lubischer had a couple of great punt returns, but I saw in the Long Branch game, block punt, scoop and score, block field goal to end the half. Here's another block field goal. Having that kind of special teams play is a huge intangible when it comes down to later on in the season. RBC will take next week off with a bye week. Let's go to Homedale, where St. John Vianney looking to go 3-0, standing in their way, the Golden Eagles of Central, who shocked the world last week with a win at Barnegat 21-15. And this Central team is the real deal because they put together an 8-minute-plus drive in the first. Mike Bickford from a yard out makes it 6-0 Central. Here comes St. John Vianney. Anthony Brown, the completion to P.J. Brachia. In the red zone, the Lancers would get their first points on the board off the foot of Joe Rice. The field goal is through the uprights and good. It's a 6-3 game. But Central was thinking about a second straight upset alert. Mike Mizzardino rolls out, hits Michael Yeager from 12 yards. It's 12-3 Central in front. Another eyebrow raiser, but at this point, it's St. John Vianney settling in, using their multiple weapons. Khalil Haskins, we've seen him on the highlights a couple of times already this year. Good run there. And then Anthony Brown, good job on the QB keeper at the 1. The Lancers would punch in a play later to make it a 12-10 game. And then late first half, St. John Vianney is going to take the lead for good. Brown, he has that ability to take off. Great run here, just outside the 10. Joe Rice, his second field goal of the half. This would make it 13-12 Lancers at the intermission. And then it was all St. John Vianney in the second half. They pull away to a 41-12 win over Central. You got to give credit to these Golden Eagles. They're certainly making noise early on in the season, a team that really wasn't talked about. They got the win last week over Barnegat. They hung around with St. John Vianney. The Lancers, 3-0, and get ready for Thursday night at 7 o'clock. St. John Vianney at Rumson-Fair. That is going to be a tremendous football game. The schedule's spread out. If you're looking for something to do on Thursday night, check out St. John Vianney at Rumson-Fair. I'll be there. Can't wait to bring you those highlights. We get our first look at the Matawan Huskies and Raritan Rockets. Good rivalry game here. 6-0 Matawan at the half. Second half now. It's Jonathan Rodriguez to Derek Ernst, and look at Ernst go. Sheds the tackle. Great speed there. 45 yards. Raritan has a 7-6 lead. Matawan turning to their freshman QB, L.C. Pearson, to John Rogers. Ooh, good grab there, 33 yards. It's a 12-7 Huskies advantage. And then a little trickery as Matawan goes for 2. Check out this. Justin Ferrara gives it to Jimmy Pierce. 2 points on the board. That was drawn up nice. 14-7 Matawan by a touchdown. But Raritan would turn to Ernst again. A 44-yard run. He'd score again. This made it 14-14. Raritan would go up 21-14. But Matawan, staring at 0-3, they weren't going to have it. Pearson rolling right. Jimmy Pierce, big-time catch. Touchdown Huskies, it's 21-20. They would miss the extra point, and they're down 1. But no worries, because Pearson finds Sean Ramcharan. And Ramcharan is in the zone with 2:16 to go. The 21-yard touchdown. But Raritan's got a chance to march down the field and take the lead. but Rodriguez's pass on 4th down is out of bounds, and the Matawan Huskies come from behind on the road to get a 26-21 win over Raritan. Ramcharan with the game winner with 2:16 to go. An outstanding football game between both of these teams. And after the game, TJ Brustowitz caught up with John Kay, the Matawan head man, talking about the Huskies' first win of the season.
We got 2-3 running backs involved. We got 2-3 receivers involved. You know, our quarterback is that kid's a 9th grader, but he can sling it. And, you know, we're just going to get better every week.
Oh, we saved the best for last. Civil War. That's what they call it. Toms River South hosting Toms River North. This was an unbelievable football game by both teams. It was 6-3, Toms River South in the second, but here's Asante Moore showing his strength. Wow, look at the balance. 38 yards. That's a top play nominee without a doubt. 9-6. Toms River North goes in front. Then the Mariners would get the ball back on a fumble. Moore finds the end zone again. This is a 7-yard run. It's 16-6, 2:45 to go in the half. But Toms River South has an answer before halftime. Khalil Green. Well, there was a lot of talent on this football field. Wow. Khalil Green had 3 picks, 3 touchdowns last week. Here, 48-yard run would lead to a Berry 1-yard TD run at the half. It's 16-13, Toms River North. Second half now. Check out Tymier Berry. Good job of keeping it there. Talented quarterback caps off an 81-yard drive. Toms River South takes a 20-16 lead early in the third. Then the Indians' defense comes through. It's a loose football, and the Indians are able to recover. And it would lead to this. Tymier Berry, his 4th touchdown of the game. This is an electrifying 27-yard run. Look at Tymier Berry go. Wow. So now Toms River South has all the momentum. It's 27-16 with 5 minutes to go in the third. But this Toms River North team showed a lot of moxie. This is Mike Huntsney to Jordan Craig. Ooh, that is a big-time play. 65 yards. It's Toms River South by 4, 27-23. Then the Toms River North defense gets a stop. They go back to Husney, who finds Darian Carrington. This is good for 38 yards. And then Husney to Craig again. How does he do it? My, oh my. Wow, 30-27. Toms River North has a 3-point lead in the fourth quarter. And like 2 heavyweight boxers, they were throwing haymakers in Toms River on Friday night, because check out Khalil Green. 48 yards, and Toms River South would score on this drive and take the lead. And there's the go-ahead touchdown by Toms River South. It is now 34-30 as Berry gets his 5th touchdown of the game. But Toms River North answers right back. Calvin Jackson, a 36-yard completion there. And it would lead to Asante Moore, his 3rd touchdown of the game from 5 yards out. 37-34, Toms River North, 4:05 to go. And finally, another stop by the Toms River North defense, and the Mariners throw the knockout punch. Wow. Moore, his 4th touchdown of the game, 14 yards, 44-34. And that is your final. What a victory for Toms River North. They go to Toms River South, beat their arch rival by 10. You could tell in those highlights you saw 2 outstanding football teams. Boy, Toms River should be proud. Don't forget about Toms River East and Donovan Catholic. They know how to play football in Toms River. That game was an absolute treat to watch, and what a way to close out our Friday night show. Toms River North, 44-34 winners over Toms River South.
A reminder, we have a highlight show every Friday and Saturday night right here on ShoreSportsZone.com. And coming up on Saturday, we will have 6 games of action starting at 1 o'clock and wrapping up with the Jackson Memorial Southern game at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors. We want to welcome aboard Monmouth Building Center, who's the sponsor of our game ball. Don't forget to log on Sunday to cast your vote for the top play and the top performer for a Monmouth Building Center game ball. For TJ Bryan, Alex Lorenzo, Luke Krampanis, and Diane Krampanis, that's our team here at Shore Sports Zone. Thanks so much for watching, and keep logging on to shoresportszone.com.